Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the number one skill that you need to create the life you want. Now, a couple weeks ago, I laid out a four-step process for building the life you want. I've linked it above. But the four steps were: step one, find a should versus want conflict in your life. Step two, resolve the conflict in a way that gets you everything you want with no shoulds. Step three, take action towards fulfilling your wants without the shoulds in a way that grows your nervous system capacity in bite sized, manageable chunks. And step four, experiment, experiment, experiment until you figure out how to get the external results you want while doing the things you want. Now, what do you think is the number one skill needed to execute this process successfully? Is it creativity, discipline, consistency, resilience? All those things are helpful too. But let me tell you the number one thing you need. The true differentiator between the people who figure out how to build the life they want and the people who give up and resign themselves to a life they don't really like. That one differentiator is your willingness and ability to feel negative emotions, because every step of this process will trigger automatic negative emotions. It can be scary to even acknowledge a should versus want conflict in your life, rather than stuffing it down and pretending that everything's okay. It takes courage to be honest with yourself about what you want and to challenge the shoulds that feel like the laws of the universe. Doing things outside your comfort zone is uncomfortable. And as you take risks and grow your nervous system capacity, your brain will be convinced that you're in danger the entire time that you do it. And often, it's not that fun to have your experiments fail. You might just want to ignore what happened and retreat back into familiar territory rather than dig into the failure and figure out what you want to do differently next time. Now, you can change those emotions. That's half the work of coaching, to adjust your thinking about a situation in order to change how you feel and then change how you act going forward. And you will have to feel those emotions before you change them. That's the other half of the work of coaching. Because no matter how much you prepare yourself, your automatic brain always moves faster than you. And you are going to get hit with pain, discomfort, and fear first before you have a chance to consciously change your perspective. Your brain is just going to go there automatically before you can stop it, which is why, above all other skills, your willingness and ability to feel negative emotions is the determining factor in whether or not you create the life you want. And that's why I created a whole masterclass just on that topic, which I've also linked above. If you fail to create the life you want, if the execution of your life diverges from the strategy that you set out to follow, it won't be because what you wanted wasn't possible. It's a big, big world with a lot of pockets for you to tuck into. You are not the only person who wants what you want or who sees things the way that you do. Your people and the places where you fit are out there. It also won't be because you weren't smart enough to figure it out. Every single one of your questions and fears is figure outable. It's probably less complicated than many of the problems that you routinely solve at work and at school. If you fail to create the life you want, it will be because you ran into a negative emotion and interpreted that signal to mean something is going wrong, I should stop, rather than something is going right, I should keep going. It's like doing a workout and saying, I'm starting to sweat, something is going wrong, I should stop, versus doing a workout and saying, I'm starting to sweat, something is going right, I should keep going. And you guys know that I am not advocating that you push yourself past your limits or burn yourself out, no more than I would advocate that you run a marathon with no preparation. Small experiments and bite sized, manageable steps are always my recommendation. But what I found again and again is that the life you're looking for is not that far away. So often, the walls that are boxing you in are made out of paper, not brick. The thicket of brambles between where you are now and where you want to be is no more than a couple of feet wide. You are no more than 5 to 10 courageous steps away from living a totally different kind of life. And I know that it's scary to get started. You know what's even scarier? Staying where you are. The instinct to turn away from pain and turn towards pleasure is literally encoded in our DNA. Is a primal part of our survival instincts, and overriding that instinct takes real work. You know what makes that work way easier? Getting external support. You don't have to do this alone. I have never done this alone. A one on one coach brings structure to this process and keeps you on track and accountable every step of the way. The more of your brain power that you use to keep yourself structured and on track without support, the less brain power you have left over for problem solving and for courageously taking action. Put the structure and accountability on autopilot. Preserve your bandwidth so you can use it on what matters the most. And supercharge your thinking by leaning on a coach's expertise rather than trying to reinvent the wheel by yourself. I want your path to building the life you want to be easy, inevitable, and fun. So let's get started today. Go to the link above and book a free coaching consult.